guys, welcome to Nerd Bites. This is going to be my spoiler talk review for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, spoilers all the way through here, so make sure you've checked out the film first. If you want to see my spoiler-free review and my star rating for this movie, click the eye above my head and you'll be taken straight to it. So, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. As I explained in my spoiler-free review, enjoyed it, had its problems. There isn't loads to spoil, to be perfectly honest, because, as I've said before, they have given a lot away in the trailers. The the Indoraptor, whatever it is, they gave that away in the trailer, so it's pretty obvious what it is. It's obviously part raptor, part Indominus Rex, so that's a bit of a giveaway. You saw too much of it in the trailer, so you know what it looks like and what it's capable of. They pretty much gave too much of the plot away in the trailers as well. I felt like they go to the island to save the animals, and then they find out it was a lie. They just took the animals so they could sell them. Then they go back to obviously our world, our urban world, and then shit gets crazy. They need Blue, the Indoraptor gets loose, and chaos ensues. So all that stuff was kind of explained in the trailers, and it was just too much. I think they didn't need to do that. So certain things were kind of taken out of the movie a little bit because I knew too much already. Yeah, the entire first act was awesome. On the island, trying to save the animals, and then he gets to Blue. He almost gets to come on side, and then they shoot her with a trank, and then they shoot with a bullet, which I was really quite surprised they did. And then they knock out Owen, and all the TAC guys take away Blue, along with all the other animals on the boat. It was quite a funny scene as well when the lava's coming down and the explosion. It almost gets Owen. He's kind of tranked, but he's pulling himself over. That was quite funny. Yeah, when the guys get out onto the boat, they use the van to jump onto the boat just as it leaves the dock. And I didn't think this would ever happen. My heart broke at this very next scene. They're on the boat and they turn back to see this volcano erupting and engulfing the entire island. And the last thing you see is a brontosaurus on the edge of the pier, just howling. And then the flames get hold of him and he gets covered in the smoke, and then he just falls to his death, and all the other animals that are obviously on there suffer the same fate. That was heartbreaking, like really heartbreaking, because you're pretty much blowing up so many animals that are never coming back. And that brontosaurus is a nice little moment to the first time you see it in the first ever film. It's kind of like the old ways are dead, and it was heartbreaking to see that. It sucked. Yeah, the whole scene on the boat itself, when they're basically trying to get the bullet out of Blue and make her feel better, but they need blood from another animal. They need it from the T-Rex, which obviously the scene you've seen in the trailers, that's them trying to get the blood off the T-Rex. It was fun. I mean, I see a little bit too much of it in the trailers, but it was a fun moment. Them trying to get the blood. She's on top of him, and then he almost gets caught by the teeth. Blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. And I suppose it brings more weight to it, knowing why they're doing it. They're doing it to get the blood to save Blue, and that's why I felt like that scene worked a little bit better, knowing the context of it. I didn't mention it too much in the spoiler-free, but there's this little girl. She's the granddaughter of this old man that was John Hammond's best friend, and he's ill and dying. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's a really famous actor. I can't remember his bloody name now. He's on his last legs, and then the paper-thin villain is kind of interjected there. He's kind of taking over things, because he's bringing the dinosaurs back under this guy's nose. And he ends up killing him with a pillow, just choking him out, that's it. And I suppose that was the one moment where he turns and definitely he's the villain, he's a dickhead, but again, there's a paper-thin villain. Yeah, then we transition to the mansion where all the dinosaurs are being auctioned off, basically. They're just using them, putting them in cages, putting them forward in front of an audience, they bid for them, they get taken away. They do the same with the Indoraptor, just like a teaser, then people start bidding, and they sell it. Of course it gets out, because of course it does. The guy opens up the cage. He's the guy that's the main TAC guy. He's collecting like bones and teeth and stuff for a necklace. Tranks the thing, tries to get the tooth, and the Indoraptor's faking it. So obviously, as soon as he opened that gate, I knew he was going to die. It was blatantly obvious, and it was obvious he was going to die by the Indoraptor because he was obsessed with getting these teeth. So of course he was going to die there. And then yeah, the Indoraptor gets out, and carnage ensues. Starts obliterating people. I think Blue gets out as well at some point, and they meet up later on for a big showdown. The thing I will mention as well, that with the girl, I said it in the last thing, and I will get into it right now. There was something, a thread throughout the entire film, like she was more important than they were letting on, and it was something to do with her mother, obviously the guy's daughter, and then you find out that she's actually a genetic clone of the daughter, not an actual biological granddaughter. And that's the thing that annoyed me. I'm intrigued, but they brushed over it ever so quickly, and then he never got mentioned again. And I know they're probably going to push that into the next film, but is that too far? Because then are they going to be splicing DNA of a clone human with a dinosaur, and we're going to get these hybrids? I don't know. I feel like maybe that's a little bit too far in this universe, personally. I think that's too far. I hope they don't do that. But they brush over it so quickly, and that's annoying. I wanted a little bit more out of that. I mean, the final fight is basically them on the roof with the Indoraptor, trying to get him to basically fall through the glass to his death. And Blue gets involved, they get into a massive fight, and there is a couple of times I think Blue might bite the dust, especially when they get the final blow, and the two of them fall down, spinning in slow motion to land on this Triceratops skeleton head below them, and basically Blue slams the Indoraptor into the bone and stabs it. But the way the angle worked, I wasn't too sure whether Blue got some of it as well, but just at the same time she stood up and on top of it, like, successful. Like, alright, it hasn't killed her. Good, because that's still like one dinosaur I don't want to die, that and the T-Rex, but I don't want Blue to die. Blue's a cool character. Death of the paper villain guy as well, that was kind of out of nowhere. Like, he almost got trampled on, and then I thought, alright, okay, they're going to drag this out a bit, and then suddenly just bang, T-Rex just got him, ripped him in half with another dinosaur, goodbye, bye bye bye. And I felt they could have dragged that out a little bit more, maybe because he was such a paper thin villain. I wanted him to have a longer, more drawn out death than that, being chased or, you know, being teased or some, I don't know, but it seemed like, oh, I've been trampled, but I'm okay. And literally, without even barely getting to his feet, he was caught. It was just so sudden. So, yeah. Speaking of the trampling side of things, they let the animals out. They open all the gates because they're about to be killed by this monoxide poisoning stuff. They let them out into the open world, including the T-Rex and even Blue. He even tries to say, Blue, come with me, we'll find a safe place. She looks at the cage and shakes her head, and off she goes. That shows some intelligence of that character, and she runs off, and she's opening the world, as is the T-Rex and all these other dinosaurs, the pterosaurs, all of them, opening in our urban world. And that's the bit that kind of interests me a bit, because they kind of finish with that. They finish with these dinosaurs out in the open world, the T-Rex roaring at the lion, and then the last thing you see is Blue on a mountainside looking down at an urban city or an urban town, and that's the last thing. You think, right, what's going to happen here? Because they could get a SWAT team out to kill her, or she could go around killing people in their gardens. It opens up the world going, oh my god, what the hell is going to happen here? This could be terrifying. Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum's character. As I said in my spoiler free, you don't get much of him, and that is fucking annoying, because I love the fact that he was coming back to it, because he was a great character, Ian Malcolm. Goldblum's awesome. I was really looking forward, and I wanted more out of him. The only thing he does is play you in and play you out. The first thing that happens is him monologuing you in, and the second one is him monologuing you out of the film. That's it. And that sucks. Don't get me wrong, he acted his arse off, but it sucks that I didn't get more, because I love that character. Yeah, guys, I mean, overall, I enjoyed Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, as I said, but it had a lot of problems, it had some issues, it had some choppy moments, it didn't feel like 3 acts, it felt like 2, had a paper-thin villain, things were brushed over quite a lot, quite quickly as well. But overall, it was reasonably enjoyable. I just tried to disconnect as much as I could, and it does leave some questions open in the future, some of them potentially good, some of them potentially bad. I don't think this DNA slicing with human thing, I hope they don't go that way, because it looks like they may be. I really hope they don't, because that, I think, will be stupid and it'll be too far. So fingers crossed they don't do that. But the dinos out in the real world, that's the thing I'm intrigued in. I'm looking forward to where that goes story-wise. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So that's my spoiler talk done for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. What did you think of the movie? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Tumblr. Just type in Nerdbytes anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And of course, keep it nerdy.